black celebrity, the black athlete, the black entertainer is a corporate commodity. They are plantation slaves. I don't say this to be disrespectful. I say it to be honest. The only difference between your black celebrities and our ancestors who picked cotton in Mississippi 157 years ago is they get a check. Our ancestors did not. They are just as controlled, and I would argue more enslaved than our ancestors were. Because when you look at their contracts, they have contracts, specifically the athletes, that specifically forbids them from getting involved in any black community grassroots work. This is why when you see the football players and the NBA players, they always taking pictures with white kids. Why they never taking pictures with black kids? Because they afraid of looking too black, because looking too black does not allow me to be marketable. And if I'm not marketable, my career ends.
Let's go back to the billionaires and mega multi-millionaire African Americans that are in this country. How, with the power and the money that they have, why do you think they don't have a voice at this point? Because
money don't equal power. Money don't equal power. And if the white man knows,
it's like, goddamn.
And when your identity,
I got $3 billion.
Yeah, but your identity is tied up in your money. Your ego is tied up in your money. That means you're not willing to lose your money for anything.
Right.
Do you understand that?
You got your money though. You got it.
It can be taken because they all got it from white folks. They got that money from white folks. None of them are self-made. LeBron James is a phenomenal basketball player. Shout out to him for breaking the record. But LeBron James got rich through the NBA. That's a white corporation. Oprah Winfrey got rich through the white corporation. But there are no buts.
That's how it works.
No, it's not how it works.
Okay, so you're telling me.
It doesn't have to work that way.
Okay. And this is not, I own this station, okay? So this is grassroots for me. I have all of these employees because I know old school radio, but if corporate America gives me dollars and I still use this platform, we got you on this platform, and you're saying what you're saying, how do I combat that? You see what I'm saying?
Here's the thing.
Okay.
If it's not all black, eventually it will be set back. You understand? So, although you may own the station, if you become overly dependent on white corporate sponsorship, technically you're not black anymore.
Well, we don't, but we don't.
But you understand what I'm saying? There's black stations who are like that, right? That
are on this station, and that's how it survived for the last 11 years.
Got you. So you're black. But what I'm saying is, you have stations around the country who started off black, fell in love with that white dollar, and they're no longer black anymore. You see, so the balancing act that you have to engage in and other black businesses of any kind has to engage in is how far do I go in accepting this white corporate sponsorship, support, or advertising before they start pulling back? Take me, I'm on the Breakfast Club, right? Why do you think I'm only on the Breakfast Club once a year? Because the white corporate sponsors of the Breakfast Club are not interested in hearing Dr. Umar Johnson all the time, even though I get more views than your favorite rapper. You understand me?
Okay, but
power is about power. No white man is going to fund you.
You got a Charlemagne that does whatever the hell he does.
Yeah, but Charlemagne ain't Dr. Umar Johnson. You understand me?
Yeah, he's under contract. Okay.
No, Charlemagne is my brother, but he's not me. There's no other me. You understand? There's other brothers who getting there, but they ain't there yet. Very few people have my education who are willing to flip on the system and expose it the way that it is, who didn't leave the system because they were angry at the white man for disinviting them. See, I'm organic. I wasn't trying to run for office and got the chair pulled out. I didn't have a big job with the white man and got the chair pulled out. A lot of these conscious guys came to black consciousness because the white man sabotaged them. If they never got sabotaged, they'll still be sitting next to their slave master. You understand me? That ain't me. So their loyalty to the black community is conditional on income and finances. You see that? Wherever the money go, that's where their political ideology goes. You got to be careful.
I stay on the money because I always believe it goes with the money.
Follow the money.
No black dollar, no black power.
And I'm wondering, with so many black millionaires and billionaires out here that could be assisting these programs or doing what needs to be done, why do you think that doesn't happen? Because like you said, Martin and Stokely and all them, they didn't have the resources in their work.
That's why they were effective.
Billionaires and millionaires back then to contribute.
That's why they were effective, Queen. See, back then, the black community funded the grassroots organizations. You follow me?
Right.
If Stokely and King, and I don't think they would have went for it anyway because they was too sincere, which is another big difference between them and us. Most of these guys are looking for money, not freedom, right?
Yeah.
But they were so sincere, they would have never accepted a dollar from the power structure anyway. After Stokely and King and Malcolm, that's when the government said we need to start funding black community organizations to do what? Prevent black revolution and radicalism.
Yeah.
That's why your black churches don't do much.
Right.
Because most of them are tapping into city grants, state grants, federal grants. And of course, corporate American grants. But more specifically to your question, we have to stop talking about the celebrities helping us. They're never going to do it. And if they are going to do it, they're going to do it only after you have shown and proven you are serious and you have achieved a victory. For example, take FDMG, right? I'm the biggest black scholar in the world. There's no name that comes next to mine. I haven't got a single donation from a black celebrity.
Wow.
I know many of them. They talk my phone, they text me. I know them all. Your Grammy Award winners, all that. I know them all. They call me.
Of course.
Never wrote a
Everybody
check.
knows you. Everybody
Never wrote a
knows you.
check. Not one of them wrote a check.
Wow.
Do I fault them? No.
No.
Because here's what I'm going to say. When we open up that school next year, right? And they see them kids in there, I want to see if I get it checked in. Some of them want to help, but they're afraid. They got to make sure before they stick their neck out, Dr. Umar is serious, because after all, we heard he stole the money, he did this, ain't no school, right?
Yeah.
So once they see the students, I may get a check. Most of them will never donate because the black celebrity, the black athlete, the black entertainer is a corporate commodity. They are plantation slaves. I don't say this to be disrespectful. I say it to be honest. The only difference between your black celebrities and our ancestors who picked cotton in Mississippi 157 years ago is they get a check. Our ancestors did not. They are just as controlled, and I would argue more enslaved than our ancestors were. Because when you look at their contracts, they have contracts, specifically the athletes, that specifically forbids them from getting involved in any black community grassroots work.
Yeah.
This is why when you see the football players and the NBA players, they always taking pictures with white kids. Why they never taking pictures with black kids? Because they afraid of looking too black, because looking too black does not allow me to be marketable. And if I'm not marketable, my career ends.
And if they do us in a poor community instead of,
Thanks, King.
like they go to these other white schools and all this that are privileged. But if you see them go to a black school, it's in an underserved community, and they really just do it for the photo op.
Yeah, they don't drop no money off.
Yeah, they show
And
up.
my thing is the fact that you can get a tax write-off, you should be dropping even more money.
Right.
You see, because I'm trying to understand how you got 20 cars in your garage, but the neighborhood you come from ain't even got a decent school for the kids.
Right.
You got your own jet or 2 or 3 jets, but the neighborhood you live in is plagued with crime because there's no jobs for black people. And to that point, one of the justifications that the Mississippi State Legislature made for the expansion of the Capital District Zone is crime, right? Backlogging crime. They got to process some of these cases. Well, if you really care about the crime in Jackson or the crime in Mississippi, how about you target the causes of that crime? And the 2 biggest causes of crime in America are miseducation and economic castration. So if they are sincere about caring about the crime, what have they done for schools in Jackson over the past 10, 20, 30 years? Don't tell me you care about crime and you're not making the schools better. For example, do we have industrial building trade programs in Jackson, Mississippi? I don't just mean 1 or 2 classes. I mean an entire program that takes you from A to Z, and once you finish high school, you can sit for your Mississippi State license to be a plumber, electrician, auto body mechanic. You understand me? That's what we used to have in the black community. The skills that pay the bills. The reason why these brothers out here stealing and robbing and looting, because they got kids to feed, mouths to feed, and nobody's giving them no economic opportunity. So can't nobody talk to me about crime until you talk to me about jobs.
Well, wait. What do you say to the younger black people who are committing crimes? Because now the crime wave is with the 12 through about 17, 18.
Well, they're being nurtured by the olders to do the crime.
Yeah.
You understand me? So they're being socialized by their big homies to do the crime. They're not waking up and walking outside with the guns. They're being paid to do the drive-bys, sell the dope, pass the packages and everything else. But I want to be clear, as bad as crime is, and it is, I will not demonize the brothers who are doing it, because I understand that they exist within a social structure created by white people to suffocate black people to death. You understand? And unfortunately, our black politicians, state, local, national, they are not fighting enough for economic opportunity for black males. When is the last time you heard a conversation on the Mississippi state floor, congressional state floor down in DC, any state, any city talking about a bill to create jobs for black men in the inner city? Have you ever heard that conversation? All you hear about is prisons and police. And the research shows you that more police and more prisons does not reduce crime. It has no effect. So why are you putting more cops on the street? Because you're giving white people jobs and careers in the name of black dysfunctionality.